Today in Cannabis News, the South Dakota Senate President casts doubt on the hopes of recreational cannabis legalization passing in the state. Advocacy organizations implore the governor of New Jersey to grant pardons to those in state prisons for cannabis crimes. And despite opposition from the governor, Mississippi lawmakers present a bill for statewide medical cannabis legalization. It's Thursday, January 13th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California, it's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, according to interim state Senate President Lee Schoenbeck, the South Dakota voting public shouldn't expect recreational cannabis to be legalized in the 2022 legislative session. I think it's highly unlikely that the legislature passes recreational marijuana, Senator Schoenbeck said. Certainly we'll debate it. It's a discussion we're going to have, but I don't think there's any realistic chance recreational marijuana passes. Senate Bill 3 is a 30-page proposal that comprises 48 components and is meant to be an act to provide for the use and regulated sale of marijuana statewide. In October 2020, legislators on the Marijuana Interim Study Committee voted 14-10 to support advancing a proposal similar to that of Amendment A, which was approved by voters 54-46 in November 2020 and would have legalized possession of an ounce or less of cannabis by anyone 21 years or older. Just 3 years prior, Schoenbeck stated he wouldn't have imagined state legislators would be contemplating recreational cannabis. "I thought you'd be smoking it before you talked to me," Schoenbeck said. Next up, the Last Prisoner Project headed an effort to send a public memo to New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy this week, imploring the governor to extend sweeping pardons to all cannabis criminals doing time in New Jersey state prisons. Although the state legalized cannabis for medical utilization in 2010 and recreational cannabis in February 2021, hundreds remain incarcerated or on supervised release, according to the letter. The letter reads, "The state of New Jersey is projected to bring in up to $173.5 million a year in tax revenue from the sale of legal cannabis. Meanwhile, hundreds still languish in state prison or continue to suffer the collateral consequences of a cannabis-related offense in the state." The New Jersey chapter of the NAACP, performer and New Jersey resident Redman, the New Jersey Cannabis Trade Association, the New Jersey Policy Perspective, and the New Jersey Harm Reduction Coalition and others make up the organizations endorsing the Last Prisoner Project's appeal. Last up, in Mississippi, a new proposal to legalize medical cannabis statewide was presented this week. If the bill passes during this legislative session, a medical cannabis system might be formed and operating by the end of the year. But the proposal's chances of passing are bleak. Governor Tate Reeves has previously hinted that he'll veto the bill because of the planned purchasing limitations, which he believes aren't small enough, and several state legislators are apprehensive as well. In November 2020, Mississippi voters passed a comprehensive cannabis legalization proposal, but the state Supreme Court invalidated it on procedural grounds in May 2021, thereby ending the state's proposal procedure. The new proposal, SB 2095, incorporates measures agreed upon by legislators in 2021 as state lawmakers readied legislation for an upcoming special session that the governor did not call. Patients with certain health complications would be eligible for medical cannabis with a medical prescription, with more ailments to be included by authorities in the future. The expense of state-licensed medical cannabis cards would be $25, with certain patients qualifying for a discount. That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit Trichomes.com. And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For Trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde, signing off.